Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena on the campus of Fairfield University for tonight's edition of Fairfield Men's Basketball. I'm your host, Sean Bowles, and today, like last night, I'm joined by Andrew Jamison. Andrew, it's been a while since we've seen the Stags. Students are back on campus. Tell us a little bit about what happened when we were gone.
Yeah, it's been forever since we've seen the men's basketball team back here in the Leo D. Mahoney Arena. Stags went 2-3 over the winter break. Certainly not a great stretch, but they had some quality games. They had a tough loss at Iona, who's one of the top teams in the MAC right now, and they also had a tough loss again, another one of the top teams in the MAC right now. However, they swept the season series with St. Peter's this past Sunday with a win, 56-52, for the first time since 2012. So definitely a positive step and gain some momentum, hopefully, for tonight here versus Canisius.
And over the last two games, Jake Wojcik had quite an impressive achievement. He got his 1,000th point in college basketball. Those are allotted over his time at the University of Richmond and now here at Fairfield. Caleb Fields was out the last two games. He's back in there today, but Jake Wojcik's play was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, first Callie Kavanaugh, then tonight Jake Wojcik with the 1,000-point accomplishments. Huge congrats to both of them. However, Caleb Fields is such a huge part of this Fairfield offense. We all remember his game winner versus Sacred Heart. He brings those clutch plays and big-time players make big-time plays. Look forward to more of that from him tonight.
Yeah, Fairfield, as we know, light in the guard position to begin with. Caleb Fields, the only true point guard on this roster. Wojcik, not a true point guard, was able to handle it pretty well, especially that press from Iona.
And Wojcik's very flexible all over the field. He's ideal guard-forward scenario that a coach just loves to have and utilize him any way possible.
So, after this, we'll be back as the 7-10 Fairfield Stags take on the 5-12 Canisius Golden Griffins from the Leo D. Mahoney Arena on WVOF 88.5. And live back from the Leo Mahoney Arena for Fairfield Men's Basketball. I'm Sean Bowles here with Andrew Jamison. The lineups are just being announced. Andrew, who's starting for Canisius?
Canisius, we got a little bit of a different lineup than usual. However, some experienced guys in the lineup with Jameer Moultrie, Yori Fritz, who is a standout freshman, especially within the MAC, getting some good minutes, has earned them certainly. Bryce Akpo, TJ Gadsden, and Taj Stavsky. Certainly an unexperienced lineup, but these guys seem to have good chemistry together, and Coach Reese Witherspoon certainly has confidence in them to give these guys the starting job.
So they're starting for Coach Reggie Witherspoon in his 7th season. And for the Stags, Alan Jean Rose, Jake Wojcik, Jalen Leach, Supreme Cook, and James Johns will be starting. They are not going to go back to Fields. He is available as far as we know today. He is in uniform. So expect to see him come off the bench.
Absolutely. And he's really going to be a deciding factor in this game. You know, maybe he gets the bench going. Maybe this offense is struggling early. He rejuvenates them. That's the exact hope for Coach Jay Young tonight.
So both teams stuck on 3 wins here in the MAC. In the past, we've seen last place and 4th place as close as 2 games apart. So every game matters, and no more than this one.
And certainly, no team is out right now. We still got a lot of season to go. However, both teams wish to have gotten off to a better start. This will be a big game to decide who can propel to the next level of the standings, potentially get in contention with some of those top teams like Iona and Siena.
So right about as we're about to get underway here, tonight's officials are Jeffrey Clark, Michael Lucky, and Mike Nardone. Caleb Fields is actually in the starting lineup. Mistake on our part there. As Supreme Cook and Akpo will go up for the jump. And we are underway as Canisius controls the tip. They'll get the ball to their point guard, Taj Stavitsky, and he'll draw up a play. Kicks it out to Moultrie. High ball screen from Fritz. Akpo back to Mavetsky, covered by Jalen Leach. The entry pass is there to Akpo, trying to make a move on Supreme. 1 dribble, 1 pump fake. The shot is up and no good.
Great defense there by Supreme Cook to start the game, averaging nearly a double-double this season. Look for him to get going early.
As Fields brings the ball up for the Stags. Little bump screen for Fields. He hands it off to Wojcik, back to Fields. Curl for Leach. Wojcik now top of the key. Pump fake. Long mid-range up. It's good. So Jake Wojcik struggling at times from behind the arc this year. We've seen a lot of mid-range.
Yeah, Wojcik is taking it right where he left off. Successful with that jump rope. Huge part of that St. Peter's win with 17 points.
So Gadsden to Akpo here on the top. Back to Fritz. Now back to Gadsden running the same action that they ran on the first possession here. Ball screen and the mid-range is no good. Rebound by Wojcik. Stags look to run. Wojcik, Leach the trailer in transition for three. No good. Long rebound is recovered by the Golden Griffins, and in transition, the layup is up and no good. Fritz, the offensive rebound, kicks it to Moultrie. The three is no good. Defensive rebound by Jalen Leach.
Good also by the Stags there to start. Gets set the defensive tone early.
Especially rebounding. The St. Peter's had 26 offensive rebounds last time out. Canisius has missed 4 shots, and they've all been recovered by the Stags.
Yeah, Stags did a good job so far. However, this game, you got to limit the offensive rebound. Certainly a big part, second chance points, why that game was so close.
So Leach will inbound it from the Coffin corner. Canisius not putting anybody on the ball here. Inbound to Fields. Down screen for Wojcik. Cook wants the post feed. It's not there. Kicks it out to Leach, now to Fields on the right wing. One dribble in. They've got the switch. Now they switch back. Gene Rose on the elbow. One dribble. Goes up in the lane. A lot of contact. No, nothing. And Canisius recovers the ball and pushing it in transition. Leach hits the deck. And the Fritz on the top of the key, handed off to Gadsden. Kicks it to Moultrie. Wing ball screen, the mid-range is up and in. So we are tied at 2 here. Fairfield 2, Canisius 2 with 17:37 in the first half. And Leach will bring the ball forward for the Stags. Wojcik calling out a play. Cook wanting it inside. Rose looking for him. He's going to go to Leach, then back to Cook, and he slams it in.
That's the Supreme Cook everybody knows and loves, and this Stags crowd is loving it here early.
Yeah, really nice play from the Stags there to get the correct angle into Cook, because once you get it into Cook, he's going to make those more times than not.
Keep doing that all game, and there'll be a lot of success for the Stags.
Fairfield leads 4-2 here with just under 17 minutes left in the first half. Fritz has it. Ball hand off to Moultrie, now to Okpo. Hands it off to Stavetsky, guarded by Wojcik here. A little iso ball. Beats him baseline. The layup is up and no good. Defensive rebound by Allen Gene Rose. Fields looking to push in transition. Wojcik, the pump fake. Kicks the Supreme. Hands it back off to Wojcik. Wojcik, crab dribbles, kicks it to Gene Rose. Fields in the corner for three. No good. And it is tipped out, and it will stay here underneath. Good effort there from Jalen Leach.
Yeah, Jalen Leach is one of those Grady players who hustles for every ball, doesn't stop until the whistle is blown. Something Jay Young loves.
So Fields will inbound it underneath the basket here. Canisius not putting a defender on the ball. And it'll go into Cook. And to Leach here on the top of the key. Cross screen for Supreme. The pass is there. Cook has got it underneath. One pump, two pumps. It is up and no good. Taken off the rim by Fritz. And no, not goaltending there as Canisius will go the other way. Gadsden puts his head down. Euro steps to the hole, and he is fouled. See who they tag with this one. Wojcik and Gene Rose were around. And Wojcik will be tagged with that one.
Tough break there for the Stags. Looks like a good possession down there. Supreme Cook, who exactly won the paint at 6'9", just couldn't convert on that opportunity.
Yeah, Coach Young really not happy with the officials there. Looked like Fritz did take that off the rim. We didn't see a replay, but Gadsden will shoot two. And the first one is good. So Fairfield 4, Canisius 3, with 16:04 left in the first half.
Canisius shooting a fairly solid 73% for the line. Certainly one of the highest marks in the MAC so far.
And Gadsden has the ball for his second free throw here. And it's up and in. So we are tied. After going 2 for 2, we are tied at 4 here with 16:04 left in the first. Canisius picking up full court here. Looks like a 2-2-1 as the Stags will get it across with Fields with relative ease. Looks like they're going to go into man-to-man here. Baseline runner action for Leach. Cross screen for Cook. The ball is there. Cook underneath. Couple pump fakes, and he is fouled. A couple different Canisius players around there, and 15:46 remaining in the first half. Fairfield 4, Canisius 4. That means it's time for our first media timeout here on WVOF 88.5. And we are back at the Leo Mahoney Arena. Fairfield 4, Canisius 4, 15:46 left in the first half. Andrew, what's the story of the game been so far?
Well, Canisius defense done a great job limiting Supreme Cook right now, even though with that explosive early dunk early. Otherwise, they've been very solid around him, limiting Fairfield's offense. Unfortunately, they can't convert on the offensive end as of right now, and they go 1 for 6. Still a lot of ball game left, though.
So Cook's first free throw is up and short. So the Fairfield big man misses the first one. He is better this year at free throws, but definitely something he could still improve.
Yeah, no, and Fairfield's relatively similar to Canisius with a 73% shooting percentage also from the free throw line.
So the second one is good, and Fairfield retakes the lead 5-4 here with 15:46 left in the first. Canisius makes a sub. Number 3, Jordan Henderson comes into the game. He's been out the last couple games, so we'll see what kind of impact he can make. Couple down-screen actions here for Canisius. Zach Chrysler into the game and TJ Long for the Stags. Fields, Leach, and Cook are still out there. Moultrie now in the mid-range. Made that once already today, but can't make it again. Another rebound there defensively for Supreme Cook as Leach brings the ball forward for the Stags. Leach loses it out of bounds. It will go back to Canisius.
Tough break there for the Stags, trying to get some momentum going and almost halfway through this first half.
So Stavetsky will bring the ball forward for the Golden Griffins. And they'll hand the ball off to Jordan Henderson. To Moultrie now at the top of the key. Flare screen action for Henderson. 3-ball from the corner. That is up and no good. Another rebound by Supreme Cook. Fields now in transition, but Leach wasn't ready for it. But that was deflected by Canisius. No, it wasn't. So we'll go back to Canisius.
Trying to push the pace here. Right idea, just poor execution on that.
And Wojcik will come in for Caleb Fields. Looks like Alan Jean Rose to the scores table as well for Jalen Leach. A couple turnovers there from the Stags in back-to-back possessions. As Stavetsky will bring the ball forward for Canisius. Same down-screen action here and an Iverson cut for Jordan Henderson, guarded by Allen. Kicks it to Akpo on the top of the key, now to Moultrie, guarded by Wojcik. Fritz throws it behind Jordan Henderson, and it's out of bounds. Turnover by Canisius. So Fairfield 5, Canisius 4 here with 14:40 left in the first half. Fields, Wojcik, Long, Chrysler, and Cook on the floor for the Stags. Wojcik's going to be bringing the ball up with Fields on the bench. Cross screen action for Long, back to Wojcik. Curl for Allen, curl for TJ. The floater is up. Oh, nope. Pass to Supreme. He has it underneath, and he slams it home.
That's his bread and butter right there. If you don't get him the first time, he'll find a way the second time. Great job there.
So Fairfield leads 7-4 as Fritz has the ball underneath, guarded by Chrysler. A lot of steps. That's a traveling violation. It'll go back to the Stags.
A little bit of a sloppy start here for the Canisius offensively, already with 2 turnovers.
So Fairfield leading 7-4, 14:08 in the first. As Wojcik brings the ball up for the Stags. A little bit of token pressure here from Canisius. Just meant to slow the Stags down rather than turn them over to Long. Back to Wojcik now. Double down screen action for Long. The post feed to Cook is deflected and turned over. Jordan Henderson in transition. Long goes down. That is going to be a blocking foul. We'll most likely get another look at that one on the big board. Jordan Henderson will be shooting 2.
Bryce Akpo really set that play up with the defense, but really converging on Supreme Cook immediately, almost giving him no time to do anything with the ball.
So Henderson will shoot 2. Fairfield 7, Canisius 4. 13:49 left in the first half. As the first one is up, and no good from Henderson. So a couple of subs here from Canisius. Mazlenikov and Xavier Long will make their way into the game. And Chris Mido in for the Stags for Supreme Cook.
Jordan Henderson averaging 14 points per game this season has certainly been one of the Canisius' best offensive contributors this season. Hoping to continue that tonight.
And the second one for Henderson is up and gets the roll. So that makes it 7-5 Fairfield here with 13:48 and counting. Little 2-2-1 pressure here from Canisius. Wojcik gets it across. Canisius not able to trap here, and they'll get back into their man-to-man. Wojcik setting it up here. A lot of height on the floor here for the Stags. Let's see if they can get the ball inside to Allen on the corner. One-step drive back to Chrysler on the top. Long now. Dribble handoff. Chrysler to Wojcik in the corner here. There's 1 second left on the shot clock. He throws it up, and
good defense there by Canisius overall. Fairfield just doing too many passes, trying to find the open man. Just didn't work out there. Have to give credit to Canisius' defense there, though.
And Caleb Fields will come back into the game for Zach Chrysler. 7-5 Fairfield here. 13-18 left in the first half as Canisius will bring the ball up. So on the floor for the Stags, Fields, Wojcik, Long, Allen, Gene Rose, and Chris Mido. As Stavetsky brings the ball forward for Canisius. Double screen action for Dinkins. Henderson down the corner, guarded by Long, left-handed drive. The layup is up and in. He wanted the foul. As he ties it up here at 7-7. Under 13 minutes left here in the first. Gene Rose back to Fields. The ball screen is iced by Canisius. Gene Rose back on the top. Likes the matchup here on Long. Puts his head down to the hoop. He's fouled. Does not get it to go. But Allen will be shooting two.
Great job there, hustling to the rack, earning himself some 2 free throws.
So Xavier Long's first foul. Canisius' second here. 7-7. We're tied between Fairfield and Canisius. 12:44 left in the first half. And Gene Rose will be shooting two. And the first one is up and no good.
Allen Gene Rose has been a solid contributor this season, especially with Caleb Fields' absence these last few games. He's really come to his own self so far recently.
So number 2, Jameer Moultrie comes back into the game for the Golden Griffins as Gene Rose will take his second. And the free throw is up and good. So the Stags retake the lead 8-7 here. 12:44 left as Dinkins brings the ball, or Moultrie brings the ball forward for the Golden Griffins. Wojcik now. Fairfield looking like, and a double staggered action here. Dinkins from way downtown. That's good. Canisius taking a 10-8 lead.
First 2 points of the night for Trey Dinkins, who actually had a career high 18 points in their last game in their tough win over Siena. Look for him to do some things tonight.
So a couple dribble handoffs here for the Stags. Fields now baseline runner for Allen Gene Rose. Mido now come and get it at the high post. Hands it off to Long. Long on the drive. That's going to be a offensive foul on TJ Long. That's going to be his second. Definitely does not like that call. And you can see why. Oh, no. It's going to be Chris Mido on the moving screen. And they just showed the replay. Didn't look like anything was wrong there, but Mido will be tagged with his first as Moultrie has the ball for Canisius, and Mido steals it. Mido loses control and is going to have to hold it up.
Really don't
Long
want that.
from downtown. No good. And a solid box out there by Maslenikov, and that means it's the second foul on Chris Mido.
Yeah, and Stags are playing a little bit sloppy right now. They have no field goals in the last 2.5 minutes, but also, more importantly, 4 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. Certainly not a great start for the Stags, even though they're only down 2.
So Canisius leads 10-8 here over Fairfield with 11:48 left in the first half, so that means it's time for our second media timeout. We'll be back on WVOF after this. And we are back at the Leo Mahoney Arena. I'm Sean Valls here with Andrew Jamison. Fairfield men's basketball against Canisius. Canisius leading 10-8 here with under 12 minutes left in the first.
Yes.
Moultrie.
Stags are playing sloppy a little bit right now with already 5 turnovers a game. Certainly not a recipe for success. Coach needed that timeout, try to get them out of that funk.
So Moultrie on the mid-range is no good. Rebound after a couple bobbles goes to Wojcik. Hands it off to Long here in transition. Looked like he wanted that. Fields now on the baseline drive. To Gene Rose now. To Wojcik. Hand off to Cook. Cook for mid-range. That is no good. Rebound by Gadsden, and Canisius will bring it the other way. You got to say, impressed with Canisius' defense so far. And a 3 ball is good from
defense to offense. That's as simple as it gets. Pretty solid job there by
Moultrie.
Canisius.
So 13-8 Canisius here. 10:54 remaining in the first. See if the Stags can get something going offensive here. Fields has the ball on the top of the key. Ball screen from Cook. They're doubling. High, long now. Kicks it to Wojcik for 3 in the corner. No good. Short. Xavier Long with the rebound. Fairfield getting some good looks. They're just not going down.
Shooting less than 30% on some wide open opportunities.
And Meslenikov underneath the hook over Supreme Cook is good. So that makes it 15-8 Canisius. 10:26 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Canisius is over a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Certainly getting some offense going after that timeout.
So Cook has the ball on the top of the key. Couple back screens here. Now Gene Rose on the wing. And they switch it. And Cook, a lot of contact there. That's going to be a foul on Xavier Long. It's going to be Canisius' 3rd foul. They have Fairfield at 4, so we're quite a bit away from some free throws as Jalen Leach will check in for TJ Long.
Hopefully Jalen Leach get going here. This offense right now is being too reliant on Supreme Cook, looking for Leach or Caleb Fields to get going, return to their old selves, especially like they played against versus St. Peter's.
So Fairfield 0 for 4 from downtown this game, something that has bugged them here so far, and nearly a 5-second call there as Fields has to toss it up to Cook. Meslenikov on the high hedge here as Leach gets it to Cook. Meslenikov on the guard. Cook, a couple crab dribbles, a couple pump fakes, kicks it out to Wojcik. And there's a bump on Trent. Jameer Moultrie, that's going to be his first. Team's 4th. So a couple possessions here with some good ball moving for Fairfield, at least getting Canisius to tag some fouls.
Yeah, it's been a physical game so far. Both teams have a high number of fouls, maybe more than the coaches would like, but it's been a physical, dynamic game so far for both teams.
So the ball's into Cook, and Cook with the ball fake, and he slams it home. Really nice play there from Supreme Cook.
And that's Caleb Fields, passer first. He's doing a great job this season, averaging almost 5 assists per game.
So that makes it 15-10 Canisius here with 9:42 remaining as Trey Dinkins dribbles for Canisius. Meslenikov now from downtown. That's no good. Caleb Fields with the rebound. Fields looks to push in transition. Canisius, very good job at getting back here. Meslenikov on the high hedge. Fields out to Wojcik from downtown. That's good.
That's the spark we needed there for the Stags. Wojcik adding on to his 1,000-point career total. Certainly added more there.
So Canisius 15, Fairfield 13 here, 9:16. In the first couple good possessions in a row from Fairfield. We'll see if they can combine it with a stop here. Gadsden on the wing kicks it to Moultrie. Now Fields on the guard. Dinkins now on the wing. Guarded by Wojcik. Screen from Meslenikov. The ball fake. The floater is good. So make that 17-13 Canisius.
Great penetration there by Dinkins to get to the hoop and relatively easy and hit the nice floater.
So double staggered screen for Leach here. So he'll get the ball on the top of the key and he'll give it back to Fields. Fields trying to get around Meslenikov. A lot of contact there from Gadsden. Gets it out to Leach. Leach on the drive to the left. Has him beat. A lot of contact. And that is going to be going the other way. My goodness.
Bang played there. Looked a little bit
Leach
confused.
clearly hacked on the way up. And they get Supreme Cook on the over the back. So a tough break there from the Stags, as Chrysler will check in for Alan Gene Rose. Coach Che Young does not seem very thrilled with the explanation that he's getting from the official, as Makai Willis will check in for Supreme Cook. So with Maida with 2 fouls, Cook with 1, chances are we're going to see Willis a lot here at the end of the first half. 17-13 Canisius, as Moultrie will bring the ball forward for the Golden Griffins.
Definitely need Leach or Cook or Willis to step up here, especially because Siena's made 5 of their last 7 field goals.
So Moultrie on the kick to Gadsden, pump fake, rim run, Chrysler, that's going to be a charge. Really nice job there. A little bit of a scramble situation defensively for the Stags, but Chrysler getting his feet set and getting that charge.
Great job there by Chrysler of setting his feet, planting the charge, and getting Stags the ball.
That is TJ Gadsden's 2nd foul. So chances are we will not see him very much more in the first half. Canisius 17, Fairfield 13 here with 8:17 left in the first. As Fields will walk the ball forward for the Stags. Ball goes to Wojcik now, back to Fields. Wojcik now, top of the key. Kicks it to Leach. The post feed to Willis. He's going to try it, and he's going to go to Chrysler at the top of the key. Fields now from the left wing for 3. That's good.
He wasn't going to rim scoreless for much longer. He's the second leading scorer on this team. Stags need him to get him going.
So a couple of made 3s now for the Stags. Canisius 17, Fairfield 16 under 8 minutes now, so the next whistle will mean immediate timeout. Dinkins on the curl. That's a tough, long mid-range, and that's good. That's a really impressive shot.
Continuing right where he left off, gets that game versus Siena. He's come out on fire so far.
So Fields will bring the ball forward here. Canisius 19, Fairfield 16, as Willis has the ball on the top of the key. Wojcik now on the left wing. They're continuing to double this screen, and they'll get it to Willis here. To Fields now at the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wojcik in the corner. Wojcik on the drive. The short hook is no good. Just a little bit of a short arm there. Canisius now in transition. Moultrie now kicks it to Henderson. Leach, well guarded there. Henderson then on the drive. That's up and in. So really impressive secondary break there from Canisius. Canisius 21, Fairfield 16, 6:54 left in the first half.
Stags defense at Supreme Cook is really showing its cracks right now.
So Wojcik to Chrysler, back to Fields. And they're continuing to double the screen as Fields gets around it, takes the contact, plays it up and in. So make that 21-18. Canisius still leading, 6:33 remaining in the first. As Moultrie will call out a play for Canisius. Cross screen here for Dinkins, guarded by Wojcik. And back to Moultrie on the top of the key. High screen from Fritz. Moultrie will just get around it. Well defended so far from the Stags. Henderson guarded by Leach. Henderson shake and bake 4-3. That's short. It's up and no good. The layup is up and no good. Fritz keeps it in. Dinkins has it on the drive. The tough fadeaway. That's good. Tough play there.
3 offensive rebounds on that possession. Great hustle by Canisius. However, you could also say poor hustle on Fairfield's part.
So Canisius 23, Fairfield 18, 5:49 here. Still waiting for the under 8 timeout. As Canisius getting just a couple too many easy looks here. Wojcik now on the high ball screen. Hard hedges here from Canisius. Fields has it in the corner, guarded by Moultrie. Rips through. Couple dribbles, beats him on the dribble, no good. Fritz with the rebound off the tip-off. Henderson now in transition. Guarded by Leach. And the post feed to Fritz. Can't get it in there, so he goes back out to Jameer Moultrie. Looks like they're going to go double high screen action here. Moultrie, Fritz now can shoot that. Pump fake, Chrysler. The drive is good. A couple too many easy shots here as Fairfield will use a timeout. That will double as the under 8 media timeout. So Canisius 25, Fairfield 18. We'll be back on WVOF after this. We are back from the Leo D. Mahoney Arena, Fairfield University basketball. Canisius leading 25-18 so far. 5:11 left in the first. Andrew, how can the Stags get back in this game?
Well, the Stags got to get someone other than Supreme Cook going. We've seen Caleb Fields have moments relatively more recently. Wojcik has had moments. However, we need more guys like Makai Willis and Zach Chrysler to find buckets, and hopefully the Stags can crawl back into this game that way.
So back on the floor here for the Stags, Caleb Fields, Jake Wojcik, TJ Long, Allen Gene Rose, and Supreme Cook as Canisius will set up their 2-2-1 full court. As Wojcik now gets it across with ease. And he'll call out a play. A little bit of confusion here from the Stags. The ball going to TJ Long here on the wing. Wojcik cutting through now. Allen in the high post. Cross screen for Cook. They have post feeds not there. Gene Rose. Little spin move. A lot of contact. He lays it up and in.
Circus Olay shot and finds the bottom of the bucket. Nice way to get some first points of the night for Gene Rose.
Yeah, a lot of contact on these Fairfield shots inside. Both teams on 5 fouls. As Canisius leads 25-24, 31 left. Henderson on the middle ball screen here from the wing. That's good from mid-range.
Canisius has been on fire this half. They've shooting over 50%. They're getting well shots, and they're converting them.
So 27-20, Canisius here, 4:18 remaining in the first. As Fields calls out a play. Baseline runner action for Long here. And Williams tips it free. As Stavetsky initially bobbles the catch, but then hauls it in. Now Williams on the right wing, guarded by Cook. Kicks to Fritz and back out to Stavetsky on the top of the key. Ball screen from Fritz, guarded by TJ Long. Akpo on the top of the key, back to Stavetsky. Good defensive possession from the Stags here so far. Stavetsky gets Long on the wrong side, lays it up, and no good. Wojcik and Cook not on the same page there as they're wrestling it away from each other. That'll go out of bounds and go back to Canisius. 3:38 remaining in the first. Canisius 27, Fairfield 20, the last media timeout here in the first half. And we are back here at the Leo Mahoney Arena, Fairfield University basketball on WVOF. This matchup between Fairfield and Canisius. Canisius off to a good start, Andrew. 27-20 here with just over 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, Canisius is shooting over 40% from three-point range and just under 50% overall. You can't really ask for much more for the Canisius offense, and their defense is also doing very well. Conversely, the Stags need to step it up on offense and defense to want to get some momentum before the end of the first half.
Canisius will get it into Akpo here. Stavetsky on the dribble ball screen. Now base runner action for Williams. And another one for Henderson, guarded by Wojcik. Henderson on the curl. The fadeaway mid-range is up and no good. Akpo tipped out. That will go down the other way. So good hustle there from Supreme Cook to get the Stags up possession.
Seems like that was their first 50-50 ball that kind of went their way. Canisius really capitalized on those, and as a result, they've jumped out to the 7-point lead.
So Canisius picking up in their 2-2-1 here. Long, Fields, Wojcik, Gene Rose, and Cook on the floor for the Stags as Fields gets it across. Stags have been getting some good looks. So see if they can knock him down. High ball screen from Cook here. Fields goes the other way. Fields in the corner now. Canisius continuing to hard hedge these screens. Wojcik now wide open in the corner. That's good. That's how you, when Canisius sends that second one, that's how you do it. Quick ball movement, wide open three. He was able to knock it down.
Yeah, they need more of that to crawl back to the game. That was textbook. The Stags need to continue doing that and feed Wojcik.
So Canisius 27, Fairfield 23, 2:50 and counting down here in the first half. Henderson on the left wing for Canisius now. Stavetsky on the top. Akpo. Stavetsky on the drive. That is up and in. Really nice shot around Supreme Cook there as Canisius 29-23. Fields will bring the ball up for the Stags here. Gene Rose now. High post feed to Supreme. Wojcik now. Off the ball screen. Back to Cook. Fake to Wojcik. Fake to Fields. Back screen to Wojcik. Now TJ Long splits the double team. The floater is up and in.
Nice play there by TJ Long. Look to get him going along with Supreme Cook. That'll be a recipe for success.
So Stavetsky now dribbling it all the way down. A couple good possessions in a row for Fairfield. Let's see if they can get a couple stops. 29-25 Canisius here, and we're under 2 minutes in the first half. Dinkins now takes the high ball screen from Akpo. Gets it out to Fritz. Handoff for Henderson. Henderson on the cradle and the drive. Sends it to Fritz. And that's going to be a off the loose ball. It's going to be a foul on Alan Gene Rose.
Appears Gene Rose grabbed his arm on the way there trying to force a turnover.
Coach Young there, you're not too disappointed with that one. Gene Rose gets to the ball, and he just makes a foul going for the ball. So not a disappointing play there. It's showing a lot of hustle. I'll add to that, Coach Young doesn't like that call very much either. Looks like Fritz was not in position, but he'll get the inbounds pass here. Now Dinkins on the handoff, guarded by Wojcik. Down screen for Henderson. Baseline runner here. Long on Henderson, we'll see. And they're under 10 on the shot clock now. Stavetsky calling for a high ball screen from Maslenikov. He's going to go the other way. He's going to try and split the double team. Wojcik now, no good. And a nice defensive rebound there for Caleb Fields. So good 30-second defensive possession here from the Stags. Now Gene Rose to the hoop. Lays it up and in.
4 for 4 for the Stags there last one. Doing much better on offense. However, you have to give credit to Stavesky for that elusiveness, hustling back.
So 29-27 Canisius here, just over a minute as Dinkins has the ball on the wing. That's a long three, no good. Fields, another defensive rebound. Stags looking in transition, getting out to TJ Long. Canisius getting back pretty well there. Long will have it up top. It's going to be a ball screen from Cook. And that's going to be a pick six for Stavetsky there. And he lays it up and in.
Very sneaky and a great pickpocketing job by Stavesky, who was one of the top stealers in the MAC.
So Canisius 31, Fairfield 27 here as we're under 40. See if the Stags use the shot clock up. About 13 seconds in between the shot and game clock here. TJ Long has the ball in the top of the key. Long now power dribbles to the left, gets it to the block, kicks it to Gene Rose. Dribble fake. Gene Rose gets around Fritz off the window. It's good.
Gene Rose really finding himself in the second half of the first half. He's really got 7 points in that. It's a good stretch, and Stags are within 2.
Fairfield making their last 5 shots. They have a couple turnovers in there. Canisius will use their use it or lose a timeout here. We'll stay here with you. Canisius 31, Fairfield 29. So Fairfield's gotten themselves back in this game by scoring. Now they've got to do it on the other end.
Yeah, they've really shown signs of life, this offense, finally. Supreme Cook, everyone's getting involved. Wojcik, Fields, Gene Rose, even TJ Long. Now it's just a matter of locking down on defense, potentially tying this game up in the first half, going to the locker room with a positive feeling and attitude.
So as you look at the box score here, Fairfield 12 of 22 from the field. That's 55%. Canisius 13 of 28. That's 46%. Canisius winning the rebound battle 13-12 here. Something to look at, to keep an eye out for. Both Canisius 3 for 4 from the stripe, Fairfield 2 for 4, and Canisius is 4 turnovers to Fairfield 7. So pretty even in a lot of those numbers.
But those turnovers are so crucial, and points off turnovers are really what makes or break a team. Wins and losses are decided by that. This game may be no different.
So 17 ticks left on the clock as Canisius will more than likely hold for one here. Oh, maybe not. They throw a backdoor cut to Fritz there, but he takes it out. Now we're under 10 seconds left, and Trey Dinkins has the ball at the top of the key. Ball screen here as they switch everything, and they poke it free. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Wojcik now lets it fly for 3. It's good! Big
what a shot by Wojcik!
So Canisius was holding for the last shot. They end up getting the ball poked free. Fairfield comes down, hits the 3. Fairfield leads 32-31 here at halftime. We'll see you in 15 minutes for the second half here on WVOF 88.5. And we are back at the Leo Mahoney Arena, recapping the first half action from Fairfield and Canisius. I'm Sean Vowles here with Andrew Jamison. Andrew, Fairfield is leading by 1, but that half was mostly Canisius.
Yeah, Canisius really set the tone earlier for the dominant portion of the first half. But Fairfield really found their stride in the last minutes of the second half, going 6 for 6, capped off by a phenomenal buzzer beater by Jake Wojcik, who is now in double figures.
So Fairfield shooting 57% from the field, 50% from 3, just winning by 1. Canisius will think that's pretty good, won't they?
Yeah, and Fairfield would like to keep that shooting percentage close to that range, relatively high. They also want to bring Canisius' relatively down. Canisius is still very good as well, with 46 shooting percentage. Also converting on their free throws and relatively high three-point percentage. They just got to find the breaks and the flaws in the Canisius defense, and they'll be good.
So the Stags will inbound the ball here to start the second half. It is the starting lineup out here for the Stags. Fields, Wojcik, Leach, Gene Rose, and Cook. As the ball is into Fields here on the top of the key. Hand off to Wojcik. Now to Leach. Now to Allen. Now to Cook on the high post. Kicks it to Fields. Fields beats his guy. Baseline, the layup is up and in. Really nice drive there for Fields.
Absolute gritty play by Caleb Fields. Way to set the tone early. Tell Canisius what they're in store for the second half.
So Fairfield leading 34-31 here. 19:30 left in the second. There's a moving screen and a stop and a bucket, or a bucket and a stop to start the game for Fairfield. Caleb Fields is on the ground shaken up. You see that call a lot in college basketball, not just Fairfield, but when they're doing that dribble handoff, the guy who is handing the ball off just leaning a little bit with his shoulder. It is a moving screen, and Canisius got penalized for that one.
Yeah, great job by Caleb Fields for disrupting that play and certainly not making matters easier in the second half. However, he is walking off. We hope he's okay.
So he is going to exit the game, but he did get up under his own power and walk over there. So hopefully he's just a little bit shaken up as he can get back in there soon. TJ Long will come in for the Stags. So Fairfield 34, Canisius 31 here, 19:31 left in the second half. As Wojcik now will run the point with Fields on the bench. Cross screen action for Leach. That's tipped out of bounds and will stay here. So it looks like Jalen Leach will go over to inbound the ball.
Canisius' battle on the boards does not really translate into success, even though it's a close game. Something to watch moving forward.
So the ball's into TJ Long now. Alan Gene Rose on the left wing. Couple of screen actions here as Gene Rose goes to work on Fritz. 1 move, 2 moves, a lot of contact. The layup is no good, and rebound by Okpo, and Canisius will go the other way. Henderson now to Moultrie in the corner. Wojcik. Couple jabs and a 3. That's good. That's a precious contested 3 there from Canisius.
Canisius definitely looking for Moultrie to get going relatively quiet in the first half.
So Canisius tying the game at 34. Fairfield looking to get it up there quickly. Nothing yet. Leach now with it on the top of the key. Kicks it to Supreme. Double screen for Long, now Leach. And this high hedge action for Canisius here. TJ Long, wide open three, no good, but Cook is there for the rebound and the slam. Fairfield 36, Canisius 34.
Right position, right place, right time. Can't do it much better than Supreme Cook just did.
And so like we saw in the first half, Canisius, when they send two, as Fritz now the layup is up and in. Gene Rose is going to get tagged with his second foul. And Canisius will have an opportunity to take the lead. But as we said in that first half, Canisius, when they send two on that screen, usually it ends up in a wide open Fairfield three. It did there, and then they missed the box out for the dunk.
Yeah, and that's just Fairfield got caught, and Canisius took advantage of it. Jakob Fritz is an experienced player, senior, will capitalize on that any moment he can.
So Fritz knocks down the free throw, and Canisius retakes the lead 37-36 here, 18-20 left in the second half. Canisius picking up full court. Man, here's the Stags will get the ball into Wojcik. And Wojcik gets up the court and across with ease. Hand off to Cook, now hand off to Leach. Now to Wojcik, cross-screen action here, broken up nicely by Canisius. Now Gene Rose by the foul line, rips through. A lot of contact. The shot was made. Looks like it's not going to count, though, as the referee points to the floor.
Took a little bit of tumble there in the crowd.
Gene Rose limping a little bit as he tumbled into the crowd. Good rip through there, the bump. And that is pretty close to a continuation. Certainly have an argument that should be an and one. As Gene Rose now is going to exit the game. Hopefully he's okay. And Fields will come back in for the Stags as well. That'll be for Jalen Leach.
Caleb Fields certainly a great sign coming back in. However, you have to worry about Allen Gene Rose. Fortunately, Fairfield caught a break not having two injured starters.
So Fields will inbound it. Now Long and now Supreme. Fields now in the corner, guarded by Henderson. Nice post entry there to Supreme. Looks like Canisius will let him go one-on-one. Cook now. Lays it up and no good. A lot of contact there. Maybe even got away with the travel on top of that. As Henderson bobbles the catch for Canisius, but he gets it back. Now Fritz. Moultrie now on the back cut, and Wojcik is burned for two.
Beautiful give and go there, executed by Canisius.
So Canisius 39, Fairfield 36 here at the Leo Mahoney Arena in Fairfield, Connecticut, as Wojcik will bring the ball forward for the Stags. Now Fields. Cook now on the top of the key, fakes the handoff to Fields. Now Chrysler on the run through. Cook. And that's going to be Cook now underneath. He lays it up and in. That is definitely a flop on Jakob Fritz there.
Coach Witherspoon looking for a call there. However, can't play. Yeah, play to the end of the whistle. Good job by Supreme Cook there.
All Coach Young can do is put his hands up. As Supreme is able to knock it down 39-38 Canisius here. As Henderson on the wing for the Golden Griffins now on the drive. Bobbles it, but lays it up and in. So Canisius restores their 3-point lead.
Henderson, 4 early points in the second half, getting off to a nice start.
As Fields calls out the play for Fairfield. Now Long here. Now Chrysler in the corner. Now Supreme on the top of the key. Rub screen for Fields now. Fields on the drive. Left hand is up. No good. Supreme's there for the offensive board. He is hacked and no call.
Nice strip by Fritz there. Great high IQ play.
Stavetsky walking down the floor for the Stags here. The post feed is here to Fritz. This is a mismatch for Canisius. Fritz on Chrysler. Chrysler goes down and no good. Rebound by Supreme Cook. So a couple of flops there let go by the officials. The clear one on Fritz was let go, and the clear one on Chrysler was there. Let go as well. 41-38 Canisius. Now Long on the wing. Cook. Now back to Wojcik. Wojcik on the drive. The mid-range is good.
Wojcik can tell you right where he left off. Certainly need more of him in the second half.
So Canisius looking to get it out quickly. 41-40 Canisius here. Henderson looking to rip through on TJ. Now Fritz. Now Stavetsky beating Fields to the baseline. He lays it up and no good, but it goes right back to the shooter, and he lays it in from close range.
A little bit of miscommunication there by the Stags. Really don't want to do that going forward.
So 43-40 here. Canisius, pretty efficient start to the half offensively for both teams. As Long inbounding it here to Wojcik. And Wojcik will walk it up. 43-40 Canisius here. And Wojcik on the high hedge. TJ Long's open. He's going to drive. And the layup is up and no good, but Supreme, another offensive rebound, and he is held there. Another bad call as Stavetsky goes forward for Canisius. Over the top to Akpo, and he dunks it home.
Beautiful pass there by Stavetsky. Nice finish by
Fairfield's
Akpo.
going to use the timeout. All Coach Young can do is put his hands up in disbelief. Canisius 45, Fairfield 40. This will be the under-16 media timeout. We'll be back after this. And we're back at the Leo Mahoney Arena for Fairfield University men's basketball. Fairfield trailing Canisius 45-40 here with 14:52 left in the second half. As Wojcik will bring the ball up for the Stags, and never mind, they're going to be in there 2-2-1. They're going to get it in the middle to Mido and out of Fields. So Canisius been pressing Fairfield, not having much trouble with it so far. Fields to Gene Rose, now to Wojcik, now to Mido. And that's going to be a foul on Canisius. We'll see who they tag for this one. And another whistle. That means another media timeout here. Fairfield trails Canisius 45-44. We'll be back on WVOF 88.5 after this. And we're back here at the Leo Mahoney Arena. Canisius 45, Fairfield 40. 14:37 left here in the second half. Andrew, what's the story of this second half been so far?
Beginning of the second half, the Canisius offense has found a way to cause trouble for the Stags defense, outscoring them 5-2 already in the second half. Certainly, Fairfield's guys locked down that defense in the second half.
So on the floor for the Stags will be the same five that came off. That's Fields, Leach, Wojcik, Allen, Gene Rose, and Chris Mido. As it's tipped in, and Canisius is going to get a turnover here. It's a 2-on-1, and Henderson is blocked by Jalen Leach.
Great hustle play by Leach there, executed perfectly.
That looked like it was going to be the easiest two of the night, but instead it's nothing. Is Leach now on the ball fake, on the drive, and he lays it up and in. Great series of plays there from Jalen Leach.
Absolutely, can't draw it up much any better.
So Canisius 45, Fairfield 42. Here is just over 14 minutes left in this one. So Williams has the ball in the wing. Maslenikov now, and he coughs it up. That's going to be off of his. It's going to be off of his knee.
I thought that went off a Canisius player.
It was clearly batted around a couple times in there. Canisius a break there.
Stags are not happy about that call.
Yeah, and some of the Stags even going to the other referee asking him to overrule it. That's not usually how it works, but
especially this crucial point in the game. This is a crucial point. Every turnover, every possession counts.
And Maslenikov now to Stavetsky now on the top of the key, guarded by Fields. Henderson now on the wing, guarded by Leach. Leach matching him step for step. Good help there from Mido. And now Stavetsky on the wing. Wojcik on the screen. And Mido gets a hand on it. That's out of bounds, but it's going to be a shot clock violation anyway. So a really, really good defensive possession from
great
the Stags.
stand coming out of that timeout there for the Stags. Coach Young really emphasizing defense first. Yes, we need points, but defense is, if we don't play defense, we're going to lose this game.
You certainly understand that over the last two timeouts that we've had here in the last couple minutes of play, that's what the story has been. Couple stops now, and Fairfield's within one possession as Wojcik now has it on the left wing. Now Fields on the right wing, now to Mido at the top. Fake standoff to Fields. Mido going to work on the crossover. He lays it up, and no good. As Stavetsky will bring it up for Canisius now. Long, and now Dinkins in the corner. Now Maslenikov throws it up, and Gene Rose picks it off. Gene Rose now in transition, guarded by Henderson. Euro by Gene Rose. He lays it up, and a whistle. Is that a goaltend or a foul? Looks like it's going to be a foul. One of the Canisius defenders' hands did get caught up in the net, but I don't think it moved the rim. Looks like Gene Rose is going to be shooting two here. That's the fourth foul on Canisius.
Stags got to execute their free throws here. Every point counts. Every opportunity you got to convert here.
So not a ton of contact there, but Gene Rose will have a chance to make it a one-point game. 45-42 Canisius here. 13-12 left in the second half. And the first one by Allen is up and in.
Stags doing exactly 50% for the line now, 5 of 10. Relatively small sample size, but can do better.
So a couple nice defensive possessions here by the Stags paired up with some points. That's how you get yourself back into a game. 45-43 here. Now Allen's second is up and in. So two nice free throws there from Gene Rose, and Fairfield's within one. And Fields picking up full court here. As Canisius draws something up. Now Long back to Stavetsky. Maslenikov wants it here, guarded by Mido. Henderson on a double. Maslenikov tries the back door, but Mido gets a hand in there and a steal.
Great job by Mido there, coming off the bench, filling in minutes for Supreme Cook, who is exhausted right now.
Supreme Cook's offensive ability is probably not matched by Chris, but Chris's long arm certainly making it count on the defensive end.
Any impact the Stags will gladly take.
Fields on the drive. That's blocked out of bounds by Stavetsky. Will stay here. So Canisius still leading 45-44. And Jakov Fritz will come in for Maslenikov for Canisius. 12:40 left here in the second half. 45-44 Canisius. Fields will inbound it here. He wants to throw it up, and he'll get it into Allen. Now Leach. Down screen for Fields. And Wojcik trying to get through the elevator. He's banged up a little bit. Now Allen has Long in the post. Let's see if Allen, and he dribbles it off his foot. Henderson now a run out here for Canisius. Pass it to Dinkins. That's going to be a charge. Very well done there by Caleb Fields.
Hopefully that rejuvenates the Stag crowd. It certainly has. Hopefully the momentum goes in the way of the Stags.
And Long and Mido having to be separated here. It's going to be a charge. Coach Young smiling, giving the thumbs up. He likes the effort by his guys on that one. As Wojcik seems to be okay. He's going to stay in there as the ball is now into Leach. And he gets it into Fields. So Canisius picking up full court here. Just over 12 minutes to go. 45-44 Golden Griffins. Fields hands the ball off to Wojcik. Now back to Fields in the corner. Fields has the beating of his guy, lays it up, and misses everything there. And Henderson now on the seal, lays it up and in.
That adds a 3-minute scoring out there for Canisius, much needed, especially as the Stags are trying to crawl their way back into this game.
47-44 Canisius here over Fairfield, under 12 now here in the second half. Gene Rose now. Hands it off to Wojcik. They go underneath the screen. He goes behind it. He knocks down a triple, and we're tied at 47.
Wojcik, 4 for 5 from 3 now. He has certainly been that guy when the Stags have needed him. Look for him to continue that moving forward the rest of this game.
And Wojcik certainly looking like the Wojcik of last year and the year before there. They're going to go under the screen. He's going to shoot that and make it most of the time. And now Jenkins here for Canisius. Guarded by Wojcik, now back out to Stavetsky, guarded by Fields. Ball screened by Fritz. Stavetsky, couple dribbles here. Skip past to Dinkins. That's out of bounds. It's a turnover on Canisius.
Textbook defense there by the Stags. Double team on Stavetsky, forcing the relatively bad pass, causing the turnover.
So a couple nice defensive possessions there by Fairfield. We're tied at 47 here. 11:09 left in the second half. That means it's time for immediate timeout. We'll be back after this. And we're back here at the Leo Mahoney Arena. All score 47 between the Fairfield Stags and the Canisius Golden Griffins. Andrew, what's been going on here in the second half?
After 2 consecutive timeouts, the Stags have found their offensive rhythm, most notably Jake Wojcik, who's been 4 for 5 from 3-pointers. Certainly leading team in scoring with 16. Also, Gene Rose not that far behind, and Caleb Fields looks to get going to give the Stags a touch of victory.
So we'll see if Fairfield can take advantage of a couple turnovers as Fairfield will control the ball with Fields. Canisius in there 2-2-1 as Fields will just kind of walk it over half here. Fairfield will set up their offense. Dribble handoff to Leach, now to Wojcik. Canisius has switched Xavier Long out of Wojcik, one of the bigger defenders now. Long on Allen. Long the drop step, the left hand up and in.
Beautiful play there by Gene Rose with the finger roll, now in double figures.
So Fairfield leads 49-47 here as Gadsden has the ball in the wing for Canisius. Now Stavetsky on the top gets the ball screen from Fritz. And a nice hedge there from Mido. Now Fritz back to Stavetsky at the top. Another good defensive possession here from the Stags. Now we're under 10 on the shot clock. There's a step back 3. That's no good. Mido with the tip, and Wojcik controls the rebound.
Chris Mido's really coming to himself the second half, filling in those productive minutes for Supreme Cook.
And a couple nice defensive possessions, forcing some tough shots and some turnovers here. Fairfield leads 49-47. Mido has the ball on the top of the key here. Wojcik now on the dribble handoff. They get the switch, and there's the fake. Wojcik for mid-range. That's going to be short. Rebound by Xavier Long. Now. Now out to Stavetsky. Canisius looking to push. 2 minutes to go here in the second half. 49-47 Canisius over Fairfield. Canisius leads 49-47. Mido has the ball on the top of the key here. Wojcik now on the dribble handoff. They get the switch, and there's the fake. Wojcik for mid-range. That's going to be short. Rebound by Xavier Long. Now out to Stavetsky. Canisius looking to push. And Wojcik picks the pocket of him on the backdoor pass, and Gene Rose going forward. Another Canisius turnover. And Gene Rose beats Fritz to the baseline and off the window. It's good. There's a timeout by Canisius.
Turnover to count to bite Siena right now. 5 turnovers in the last 5 minutes.
So we'll stay with you for this timeout, as it's not a media one, just a Canisius called timeout. 51-47 here. Just like that, Canisius has 12 turnovers, and Fairfield's been able to convert on those Canisius turnovers.
Yeah, it's really been a tale of two halves. We saw Canisius get off to a rocket-fast start. However, second half, they're still shooting well. However, they are turning the ball over much more than Coach Witherspoon would like, and this resulted in a 7-0 run for the Stags.
Yeah, and like you said, 6 turnovers in the last 5 minutes and no points in the last 2:17 for Canisius. Fairfield have 14 points off the 12 Canisius turnovers. Fairfield has 10 turnovers, but Canisius only has 5 points off those turnovers. So a really good series of plays here by Fairfield. Both teams shooting 51% from the field. The rebounding battle, Canisius still winning 20-19. So we're going to be right down the wire here. Huh?
Yeah, and that's a battle Fairfield's going to want to win over that last half of the second half. However, they're also going to want to exploit those turnovers and take advantage, because now they have a feeling of what the cracks are in the Canisius defense. We've seen that over the last 2 minutes.
So a couple new players on the court for the Stags. It's Field, Wojcik, Long, Allen, Gene Rose, and Supreme Cook. Some really good minutes there from Chris Mido. And now Fritz on the wing on Cook. Gadsden now around the screen on Long. Gadsden has Long underneath. There's Stavetsky for 3. That is off, but the rebound right to Fritz. And Wojcik with the tip. It's going to stay in with Henderson here. Henderson beats Wojcik to the baseline. Little dive pass to Fritz here. Now Gadsden on the drive. That's a tough, long fadeaway too. That is no good. The ball is tipped around, and it's going to stay here.
Stags are not happy about that one at all.
Yeah, one of those calls
coming in hot,
where neither player really had it. And they're going to stay here. So 9:11 left in the second half. 51-47 Fairfield here. As number 2, Jameer Moultrie will check in for Jordan Henderson. Now,
Jordan Henderson been a solid figure in this part.
Now, Gene Rose comes on for Chris Mido. We don't see Mido and Cook on the floor at the same time very often.
Yeah, no, Mido and Cook, they're looking for defense to lock that down, keep Canisius off the scoreboard as much as possible.
Fritz is going to come off here for number 12, Bryce Okpo. So with the height advantage here for Fairfield, see if they try and go inside, and Moultrie shoves Wojcik to the ground, and they're going to get Wojcik with that foul.
Series of tough calls there for the Stag. Wojcik playing his heart out, hustling, unfortunately draws the foul, his second.
And Moultrie extending the arm there. About as clear as day there of an offensive foul, but they're going to get away with that one. Still just over 9 minutes now. Moultrie now good closeout there for Wojcik. Looked like he was ready to shoot from 3. And another good defensive possession here, and we're under 10. Stavetsky now gets the ball screen from Okpo. He probes. Fields takes it to Xavier Long. That's for 3, and it's no good. Rebound by Wojcik. Another good defensive possession from the Stags.
Fairfield's really found their defensive groove in this second half, only averaging 65 points per game to their opponents this season. Hopefully on track for that as well tonight.
So 51-47 Fairfield here, 8:35 and counting down here in the second half. Wojcik probing here. Not much really going on for the Stags. Now Mido in the high post. The entry pass to Cook. He tries it. It's not there. Fakes the screen to Long. Now Long gets it. Long's going to let it fly from downtown. That's no good, but Supreme with the offensive rebound. Cook has the size advantage here on Okpo. A lot of steps there. That's going to be a traveling violation. Cook claiming that he was pushed off his spot, which he may have been, but moved his feet a couple too many times there.
Supreme Cook trying to find his first half success here in the second half after a relatively long stint on the bench to begin the second half.
And Stavetsky up the floor here for the Stags. Now Moultrie. Baseline runner action for their point guard here. 51-47 Fairfield. Canisius ball. And we're under 8 here in the second half. Moultrie now beats Wojcik to the baseline, and he falls. And they're going to tag Wojcik with a trip there. Couple of tough calls against Wojcik here. That's only his
third.
It's only his third foul, so nothing to worry about.
Still have to
quite
discipline.
Yet.
He's such a crucial part of this Stags team, and he really can't afford to lose him. It's such a crucial part of this game.
So Fairfield 51, Canisius 47, 7:56 remaining in the second half. That means it's time for our under 8 media timeout. We'll be back after this. And we're back here at the Leo Mahoney Arena. Fairfield leading 51-47. pretty impressive series of defensive stands there from the Stags.
Stags have been on a roll here defensively as of late. Canisius has turned the ball over a lot, and they're on a 7-0 run as a result. However, Jake Wojcik found himself with unfortunate 2 fouls on himself within the second half at 3. He's going to have to play very disciplined. However, he is on the bench at the moment, so that we're going to see how the Stags play without him.
So that foul on Wojcik was on the floor, so Canisius will take it out underneath. Stavetsky will take it out for the Golden Griffins. No points here for quite a while for Canisius as they're inbounding it for Xavier Long. Now double screen action for Gadsden. Now Moultrie. Leach guarding. That's a tough 3, and Leach gets a piece of it. Fields now in transition. And Leach is taken out here.
Late ball on that.
Fields was going to lay that one in, so there's got to be some kind of flagrant one or clear path foul here. They're going to tell the players to go back to their benches while they look at this one.
Great call, great play by Jalen Leach. Should have set them. Great hustle blocking. He's been a defensive bulwark all night.
Yeah, so as the referees look at this one, we'll look at the other scores around the MAC here. As 10 of the 11 teams in action tonight. Mount St. Mary's currently trailing Siena 54-53, just under 10 minutes to go. Niagara trailing Ryder at Ryder 52-49. St. Peter's trailing Marist 35-31, and Iona leading Manhattan on the road 56-48. Andrew, this conference is very, very even. For example, last year the Stags going into their last game, no matter how their game went or the other games, they could have been anywhere from 10th all the way up to 5th in the ending standing. So every single game matters.
Every game matters from this point now. We're getting to that point. It's exciting. The fans are loving it. The players are just as excited, leaving it all on the court, hopefully get one step up in the standings and make its name for themselves within the MAC conference.
So the teams currently at the top of the conference, that would be Siena and Iona, both in close ones in this one. We saw Siena come here and take a win from the Stags on this floor, and then we saw the Stags battle the Iona Gales really tough just a couple of days ago. So this conference has a lot of solid teams, no elite teams, but a bunch of solid teams.
Every team's competitive. Every team earns every win, every moment. That's what you got to love about the MAC conference. It's gritty, it's hard, and it's awesome to watch as fans and broadcasters.
So a couple times while we were talking here, 2 of the referees were looking at the last play, the third one kind of hanging out around midcourt. They've switched positions a couple times here. They don't seem too sure what the call is. And they are going to explain the call here to the official on the sideline. So that looks like that's just going to be a common foul for Canisius. Certainly,
that does not make sense to me one bit. That all the
certainly in their favor, though, because Caleb Fields was on his way to a wide open layup, and they take out Jalen Leach off the ball. They're certainly thrilled with that one. Jay Young certainly not very thrilled with that one.
Canisius really caught a break there, if you're asking me.
So 51-47 Fairfield here, 7:44 remaining in the second half as Fields brings the ball up. Handoff to TJ Long. Now Leach on the side. Now to Alan Jean Rose. Now Cook on the top of the key. Now Fields. Fields beats his guy for the dribble. It's blocked, and they're going to tag him with a foul. So maybe a little bit of a makeup call there, as Fields is going to get a chance for his 2 points.
Look for Caleb Fields to get going here. That's a good sign. Need him in this crucial stretch of the game.
So there's Canisius' 7th foul of the second half. That means the Stags will be shooting on every whistle the rest of the way. Only three fouls on Fairfield, so a little bit to go before we get to the bonus. And Fields on the line for 2.
Caleb Fields averaging 13 points per game this season, below his amount, but looking to get going in this last stages of the second half.
And Fields, the first one is up and no good off the back iron. So
Caleb Fields, an 84% free throw shooter, really solid, just not shown right there.
Yeah, Fields missing the last 2 games. He's been in there for almost 30 minutes tonight, so maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in.
Absolutely, that's a crucial factor. You also have to look at players like Cook and Wojcik and how fatigue is kicking in for them.
And Fields misses the second one as well, so something that you don't see very often. Caleb Fields going 0 for 2 from the line. Fairfield still winning by 4 here, and the scoring drought's over 4.5 minutes for Canisius, and TJ Long looked like he was in position there. He's going to get tagged with the block. Gadsden out of control. but they're going to tag Long with the block here. And as we're looking at the replay here, the arm is extended. That is a charge.
That's about 4 or 5 calls there that should have gone Fairfield's way, but haven't. Got to move on from those.
Only the 4th foul here on Fairfield of the half. Canisius still a couple fouls away from free throws here. Let's see if they can take advantage now. Moultrie off the curl. That's a 3. That's no good. But rebound's going to go to Long. Okpo putting it down. Cook. And it's off the window and good. So Canisius converting on the second chance. Fairfield
better offense there on that one. Good defense, just better offense.
Fairfield leads 51-49. Now Cook has it on the top of the key, fakes the handoff to Gene Rose. Now down screen for Leach. Leach and on the screen, nice screen by Cook there, sticking the man. The skip to TJ Long, and he does well there to stay in bounds. Leach on the drive. Takes the contact, the layup is up and no good. Cook on the tip, on the rebound, it's no good. Rebound. Cook throws it up a couple times and he hits the deck and is fouled. So a really good hustle play there from Supreme Cook, getting a couple of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, 10 rebounds now. He's got a double-double on the night. More than 10 rebounds now in his last 3 games.
So Supreme Cook nearing a double-double, 11 points and 8 rebounds. Let's see if he can convert from the free throw line here. Fairfield just 4 of 8 from the free throw line today. And the first one from Cook is up and in.
Supreme Cook, a 70% free throw shooter, trying to get those numbers up, especially as free throws are vital in this MAC conference.
So Supreme Cook, about a 5% increase each year from the free throw line. Started at 60, then 65, then 70. Fairfield leading 52-49 here. And Cook, the second free throw is good. So Cook, 2 for 2. And Wojcik will check back in for Jalen Leach. So Fairfield 53, Canisius 49. 6:30 left here in the second half. We're getting to the business end of this one.
It's got to come down to the wire. It's one of those games.
Now Gadsden, now Long, or Okpo, now Moultrie on the wing. Wojcik just a little behind. Long, not clean catch. Stavetsky now to Okpo. Now Moultrie, the long mid-range, and he throws the ball over the top to his center. And he wasn't coming. That's thrown out of play by Canisius. Allen Gene Rose and Xavier Long tangled up. Long hitting the deck pretty hard.
That was an ugly scene, and it didn't look intentional from Gene. However, it certainly looked a little bit uncalled for.
Reggie Witherspoon, the Canisius coach, wants an explanation. He hit the deck pretty hard there. From what we could see, it was inadvertent, but surprised they don't at least go and look at that one.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one, and Witherspoon's definitely unhappy about that.
So the whistle was clearly blown now, and a lot of hands in there. They're going to get the ball in there to Allen Gene Rose. So pretty balanced attack here from Fairfield. 16 from Wojcik, then 13 from Allen and Supreme on the floor. Let's see who they go to here, and we're under 6 minutes. Now the pass to Cook on the top. Fakes the handoff to Fields. A couple down screens now. Now Fields on the wing. They're going to double hedge the screen. That means somebody's open. There's the post touch to Cook. Cook's got a mismatch here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Supreme Cook takes the contact, pisses it off the window, and in.
Supreme Cook really becoming the difference maker here for the Stags this second half. On a roll so far. 15 points now.
So 55-49 Stags here as we're 5.5 minutes remaining. The momentum clearly on the Stag side as Henderson chucks up the 3. That's no good. And Gene Rose with the rebound. He's fouled by Xavier Long. The crowd finally getting into this one.
Yeah, and the Stags have all the momentum toward their side right now, and the crowd is loving it.
Like Andrew said, a lot of the 50-50 plays went Canisius' way in that first half. They certainly looked like Fairfield's turned the tides on that one.
Fairfield certainly has come out of the second half with much better defense. Huge improvement overall from the first half.
So Fritz will check back in for Xavier Long for Canisius. Allen Gene Rose will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. That's the 9th foul on Canisius. So the rest of the way, it'll be 2 free throws. See if Allen can convert from the stripe. He is 3 for 4 today. And Gene Rose, the free throw is good. So Fairfield leads 56-49.
Gene Rose only a 65% free throw shooter. However, it's relatively small sample size this season.
So 56-49 Fairfield. Gene Rose will shoot the second of 2 here. And it is up and gets the friendly roll off the front rim. Mido's going to check in for Allen Gene Rose here. So another couple minutes here of both big men being in for Fairfield.
Yeah, and it's really all about defense. Now you need stops. Stops is what's going to get you the win. no better time to put both bigs in than now.
So some baseline runner action here for Canisius. Jordan Henderson guarded by Wojcik. Canisius certainly looks like they're losing grip on this one. Stavetsky now, after the ball screen's iced by Fields. Fritz now in the dribble handoff for Henderson. They switch it. Henderson bobbles it. Certainly looked like a travel there. Gadsden the mid-range, and they're going to tag Cook for a foul here.
Initially thought there was a travel there on Henderson. However,
yeah, Henderson, we didn't see it. His back was faced to us. He did bobble it a little bit. Cook, and it looks like Okpo just hits the deck there. Cook did have a handoff, but he did get that hand away. Let's see if Okpo can take advantage of the whistle here.
Canisius needs a bucket here desperately. Only one for their last day, and a 13-2 run for the Stags over the last 7 minutes.
So the Fairfield fans behind the bucket making a lot of noise as Okpo from the stripe. That is no good.
Siena shooting 80% from the line, but they've only shot 5 free throws. So they're relatively small sample size.
So Supreme Cook looks like he'll get a little breather here, perhaps until the media timeout. On the floor for the Stags, Mido, Gene Rose, Long, Wojcik, and Fields. And Okpo spins it a couple times, dribbles it, and the second free throw is up and in. So 1 out of 2 for Canisius as Fairfield leads 57-50 with just over 5 minutes remaining in this one.
Canisius doing everything they can to get the ball
He's
back.
going to run the baseline, and he's going to get it into Wojcik. Wojcik guarded by Stavetsky. Gets it across. Now Fairfield must not get easy with it. Gene Rose on the fake, drives it to the hoop. That's blocked by Fritz. Good defensive recovery there by Canisius after Fritz was beat. And we're just about at 4.5 minutes here. Fairfield 57, Canisius 50 here as Canisius has the ball in the wing with Jordan Henderson. Now back to Stavetsky. Drag screen for Fritz. Now back to Henderson. Guarded by TJ Long. Henderson beats Long to the baseline, but TJ Long gets a lot of body there, and Henderson will go to the line for 2. So 2 for Henderson here.
Canisius really got to make the most of their opportunities here now. Every free throw counts. Every point counts.
So Fairfield 57, Canisius 50 here as Henderson's on the line for 2. The first one is up and in. Canisius cutting the deficit to 6. And now Henderson just dribbling it once or twice and up again, and it's good. So 2 for 2 for the Canisius veteran as Fairfield leads this one by 5 with just over 4 minutes to go as TJ Long will get it into Fields. Canisius picking up full court. Fields struggling a little bit, but he gets it across. Guarded by number 21, TJ Gadsden. Now they go to Allen in the high post. Allen's been the go-to guy these last couple possessions. He's got Okpo on him. Allen kicks it to TJ Long. He's ready to shoot it. That's blocked. Loose ball goes to Fields. They do not have a fresh shot clock. Fields is going to let it go again. That's no good. That does hit the rim, and Mido has it, and he is fouled. Couple second chance points there, or second chance opportunities there for Fairfield.
And that's why Mido's in the game. Those offensive rebounds are so crucial, and Mido did execute the plan perfectly there.
So Mido will be shooting 2 after this, but it's 3:54 remaining in the second. That means it's time for the under 4 media timeout. Fairfield leads 57-52. We'll be back in a little bit. And we're back here at the Leo Mahoney Arena for Fairfield University basketball here on WVOF. Fairfield currently leading 57-52 over Canisius with 3:54 left in this one. Andrew, how have the Stags been able to pull ahead here?
Great defense and great offense. I mean, Stags have gotten rolling here in the offensive half, except for this last stretch where they're only 1 for 7. But they really showed their offensive prowess in that beginning of that second half, which has led to this 5-point lead. Game's still far from over, though.
So the conference leaders, Siena, pulling away from Mount St. Mary's, as we mentioned before. Niagara and Ryder in a close one. St. Peter's and Marist in a close one. And Iona and Manhattan in a close one. So a close game certainly isn't out of the ordinary here in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Now Mido will shoot 2. And the first one is up and no good.
Mido doesn't see a lot of playing time, obviously being Supreme Cook's backup. However, he has made the most of his minutes certainly this game.
He doesn't have any points yet, but a couple nice defensive plays as he knocks down the second free throw. He's probably going to play maybe another play or two, and then they'll get Cook back in. But Fairfield leading by 6 here. And a little bit of a horn set here by Canisius. Double screen now for Henderson. Nice hedge there from Chris. They get it to Gadsden on the wing, guarded by TJ Long. Baseline runner here for Stavetsky. That 3-ball is up and short. Nice box out there by Alan Jean Rose.
3-point field goals really killing Canisius here. 3 for 14.
Got to give credit to the Stags, though. That was a set play for a 3, and they were able to close out pretty well there. And now Wojcik on the top. High screen by Fritz. They're going to get him with the block. So Wojcik being foul number 10 on Canisius. That'll be 2 for Jake Wojcik, and Cook will come back in for Mido.
Jack Wojcik back in. Good sign for the Stags trying to ice this game here.
So Wojcik, one of the best free throw shooters, not just on this Fairfield team, but in Division I. He's over 90% the last 2 seasons. A couple misses this year. And the first one is up and gets the roll off the front rim. That makes it 59-52. As Mido will get a little bit of a round of applause as he heads to the bench. And the second one from Wojcik here is up and good. So 2 for 2.
Wojcik, 90% free throw shooter. Very good this season. Has been very good his entire career.
So 60-52 Fairfield here. Just over 3 minutes left in this one. Couple good possessions, and Fairfield will get a win here, but they got to finish the job. They've had a couple opportunities to win a game, and they haven't been able to finish it. So we'll see Fritz now at the top of the key for Canisius. Seferovic gets around TJ Long. The floater is up and no good. Very good defensive rebound there by Supreme Cook.
Canisius can just not get anything to fall right now. They've had the looks, just cannot execute.
Yeah, that seems like the shot that Fairfield will be willing to give up on that side ball screen, that little floater. Canisius has made a couple of them, but they've also missed a bunch. Now the ball goes to Cook here at the top of the key. That's going to be a timeout by Fairfield. Fairfield leading 60-52 here for Canisius. We'll stay with you through this one. Andrew, why don't you give us a little bit of an update about what's going on in the rest of the MAC?
Yeah, so Siena's kind of pulled away from Mount St. Mary up 70-57. Siena showing their dominance. Once again, one of the reasons why they are atop of the MAC. Niagara in a close one with Ryder down 3. Marist has St. Peter's by 5. St. Peter's always plays teams tough, even though their record may not show it. And Iona only up 2 on Manhattan. So certainly this game will go a long way as to see who can kind of creep up in the standings a little bit.
So Iona hasn't played great recently. They got run off the floor by Quinnipiac 81-58. They were able to hold off the Fairfield Stags at home, who were without their best player in Caleb, or one of their best players in Caleb Fields. They lost on a banked-in 3 at home to Ryder. And now it looks like they're in another close one on the road.
And Fairfield plays teams hard. That's one of the things you got to love about them. They took one of the top-ranked teams in the MAC and Iona to the limit at Iona, which is a very tough place to play on the road. So this Fairfield team will make you fight.
Also, earlier in the year, these Fairfield Stags had the lead at Xavier, who are now in the top 10 in the country. As Cook has it now, hands it off to Fields here. 5 seconds left on the clock. The side swipe screen for Supreme. He throws it up, and he gets fouled. A little bit of a bailout call there by Fairfield with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock, but Supreme Cook will shoot 2. An opportunity to make this a double-digit game.
Got to pad this lead. That's your priority right now with these free throws.
So Supreme Cook will shoot 2. Fairfield winning the second half by 7 as Cook. The first one is up and no good. Maslenikov will come in for Akpo. And Fairfield just 11 of 16 from the free throw line today. Supreme Cook will get ready to shoot his second one. Mido looks like he's about to go in. Probably for Cook, and that's heavy off the back iron. So 0 for 2 for Cook. As Canisius will look to convert on the offensive end. Now Gadsden now to Maslenikov, back to Gadsden. The long mid-range is up and no good, but Maslenikov gets the offensive rebound. He's got Cook underneath. The short shot is no good and defensively rebounded by Supreme Cook.
Once again, Canisius, nothing again falls in the story of the second half.
So after St. Peter's last time out having 26 offensive rebounds, Canisius with only 8 today, improvement on that end of the floor for the Stags. As now Supreme will have it at the top of the key. You just got to use a lot of the shot clock here if you're Fairfield and get a good shot at the end of it. Fields now on the double. Wojcik Pulls up from downtown. That's no good, but Supreme with the offensive rebound, and that's going to be a jump ball. That means it will be going down to the other end. So,
great hustle play by Supreme Cook nonetheless to try to keep Fairfield's lead high.
Mido's going to come in for Supreme here. Oh, no, he's not. Supreme's going to come back in. He's going to be in for Leach. Canisius will call a timeout here. We'll stay here with you. Fairfield 60, Canisius 52, 1:39 left here in the second half. Andrew, how can Fairfield get across the line here and get a W in the books?
Defense. You got to lock down Henderson, whoever it is, whether it's Henderson, whether it's Fritz, whether it's Stadvetsky, who has been elusive this game with 4 steals. So they really need to lock down on defense. No easy buckets, no wide open men, because we have seen leads been blown. No comeback is far from being achieved. No lead is safe. We've seen that in many sports this year.
So Canisius just won of their last 12, 0 of their last 5, no points for 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Fairfield, one of their last 8, no buckets for over 4 minutes. So a lot of defense, especially down the stretch in this one.
Yeah, and the defense really been the story of the second half. Fairfield has really come into their own, playing their brand of basketball, which Coach Jay Young really emphasizes, now in favor of the rebounds battle.
So neither team in this one particularly shooting very well from the three-point line. Fairfield 5 of 14 and Canisius just 3 of 14. So a lot of misses there from behind the arc, which is the reason why we're in the 50s and 60s here.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight from here on out. Whichever team can gain control is going to be better off in these last 2 minutes. Canisius looking for the comeback. Fairfield trying to hold off this Canisius offense.
So Fairfield running the rebound battle as of now, 30-28. 10 O-boards for Fairfield, just 9 for Canisius. So pretty even on that front. 13 turnovers for Canisius, 11 for Fairfield. So pretty even, but the difference is Fairfield scoring 16 points off their turnovers and Canisius scoring 5 off of Fairfield. And we're back in play here, 137 and counting. Here as Fairfield leads by 8 over Canisius. Ball's out to Gadsden on the wing, covered by Wojcik. Gadsden puts his head down, the reverse is up and in.
Pretty play by Gadsden, who was looking for a foul on that.
So Canisius identifying the mismatch and making that one count as Gene Rose gets the ball into Wojcik here. They're going to trap. And Wojcik's going to use a timeout here. That's Fairfield's last timeout. So
great defensive play by
we've seen Canisius full court press for a lot of this game, but they're going with that trap in the corner here. Fairfield they're certainly going to have to get the ball in quickly and out quickly to get over the line in this one.
Yeah, Canisius is in survival mode right now. So what they're trying to do is do any way possible. Get the ball, get a bucket, go back on the press.
So no timeouts left for Fairfield, just 1 for Canisius. Fairfield 60, Canisius 54. 1:13 left in this one here at the Leo Mahoney Arena. We're going to look ahead here for Fairfield just a little bit. Andrew, what have they got up next?
So they've got a 2-game road trip coming up at Siena. Going to be a good test for the Stags. Usually play tough on the road, but don't have the best record. And at Mount St. Mary's, who always plays physical. And then we'll be back here on January 29th covering the men's games first Rider. And for Canisius, they will be on the road at Quinnipiac, who is also one of the higher seeds. So certainly they're playing tough and physical, looking to continue that and the other Connecticut back team.
So as the teams try and break their huddle here, Canisius probably going to trap again. They are the first foul that they will get will put the Stags on the line for 2. So they most likely will make the Stags at least try and get away at a 1 trap.
Any turnover here is going to be
This one's going to be a dead ball for Fairfield because the ball was inbounded and then called a timeout. After a made basket, you can run the floor. So Cook, Gene Rose, Wojcik, Fields, and Leach on the floor for the Stags. This is in the coffin corner for Fairfield. They get it in Fields, and a lot of contact, and they foul. Fritz fouls Jalen Leach.
Leach is really taking some shots this game.
Fields probably got fouled too, and considering that he's 0 for 2, it might have been a good break that they didn't call the whistle there.
And Canisius certainly knew that they want to foul the players who really don't have the best free throw percentage. They want to avoid fouling Wojcik and Fields at all costs and putting the other players at the line.
So Jalen Leach will shoot 2 here, just over a minute left. Fairfield 60, Canisius 54. And Leach, the free throw after 1 dribble is up and no good, rattles out. So Fairfield leaving a couple of points at the line here as Canisius tries to get back into this one.
Need 1 here to make it a 3-possession game.
So Leach, the second one is up and in. So 7-point lead for Fairfield, 61-54, as Jalen Leach will go out and Mido will come in. So both bigs in for Fairfield. Mido, Fields, Gene Rose, Cook, and Wojcik. See if they try and get it to Gadsden again, who's guarded by Wojcik. That's exactly what they do here. Wojcik does a good job there, not biting on the fake. And the contested two is up and no good. Caleb Fields the rebound here. Run out for Fairfield. Let's see if Fields tries to hold it up. It's exactly what he'll do. Fritz is going to foul him here a lot. Little bit violent there from Fritz. And Caleb Fields certainly didn't look like that one.
It's getting scrappy now. Canisius is desperate. They're going to do everything they can. Caleb Fields not happy with the way he was fouled, though.
And you can certainly understand both sides of this one. Fritz wanting to foul Fields, and Fields also taking an unnecessary shot. We just saw it on the replay here. That's an elbow across above the neck. In some games, that would be looked at. But Fields is going to shoot two. Let's see if he can make one. It's exactly what he does on the first one. So Fairfield 62, Canisius 54.
Caleb Fields 85% free throw shooter, trying to pad Stag's lead even further.
So 51.5 ticks left in this one. And if Fairfield gets the ball in, they make their free throws, they're going to win this one. As Fritz gets it into Stavetsky, and Canisius will attempt to draw something up. Fairfield jumping the ball screen here. Stavetsky on the drive, high off the window. That's good. That's an impressive conversion there by Canisius, and they're going to use their last timeout. So Fairfield leads 63-56 here, 40.9 left in this one. That means no more timeouts in this one. TJ Long going to the scores table, about to check in. Andrew, if Fairfield just gets the ball in and makes their free throws, they're going to win this one.
Yeah, no, that's the number one priority right now. You got to get the ball in, avoid that 5-second violation, get fouled, and then make your free throws, which is what they practice all the time in these scenarios. No different here.
So even though the Canisius did have called timeout here, it was after a made basket. So Fairfield will be able to run the baseline. They were not able to last time when they got it in. Looks like TJ Long is coming in for free throws. We'll see if there's a group of guards here on the court for the Stags. It's going to be Fields, Wojcik, Long, Gene Rose, and Mido.
And you know Canisius is going to play aggressive. They've been in survival mode for a majority of this latter half of the second half. Expect no different here, Sean.
So it being a 3-possession game now, they will most likely try one trap and then foul. Fields inbounding it, guarded by Fritz, the tallest and longest defender for Canisius. They're going to go along the baseline here to Allen. You don't see this very often. Now Gene Rose gets it into Wojcik here. He picks up his dribble, and that's going to be a jump ball. That's going to go to the Stags. So Wojcik knows what he was doing there, just holding on to it and making sure Canisius couldn't get it.
Here, Canisius wanted to force the ball to Mido, who really isn't the best free throw shooter, which was a smart play. However, it found in Wojcik's hands. Canisius.
So Mido out there is the screener, really the last possible option for the Stags here. A tough place to get it in here, and he gets it into Fields in the corner, and Gadsden's going to be tagged with the foul here as Fields splits the double team. So we'll run down to the other end, and Fields will shoot two. 36.2 ticks left, 63-56. Fairfield leading Canisius by 7, and Fields will be shooting two. No more timeouts in this one, so if you're Canisius, where do you go?
Yeah, quick possessions. You got to do everything you can. Whether it's long passes, whether it's quick passes, you got to get a bucket and then make a stop. Really nothing else you can do.
The first free throw by Fields is up and in. Make that an 8-point game. As some of the students appear to be heading for the exits. Maybe a little premature, but Fields no good on the second. So
game is not over until the final whistle blows, Sean.
Couple misses here by Fairfield. If you're Fairfield, no threes as Henderson does exactly that. No good off the back iron. TJ Long gets the rebound, and TJ Long is fouled. So we'll walk down to the other end as TJ Long will take two. And the Fairfield students having fun chanting warm up the buses here.
It is good to have the Stags back. They were really missed during the winter break, and the Stags feed off of that energy the crowd brings every time.
And Long makes the first free throw here, so Fairfield up by 9, 28.5 ticks left. 4 in this one. Shot clock at 20. There's no reason why that should be the case, as Long is up and gets the roll on the second one after a couple bounces. So Long will go to the bench for Jalen Leach. So a 10-point lead here by the Stags. And as long as there isn't anything crazy here, Fairfield will win this one. Stavetsky on the drive, and Maido's going to be tagged for a foul here. Coach Young not liking that one. If you're Fairfield, that's exactly what you don't want to do in this one.
Yeah, you can't give any opportunity to crawl back in this game. Even though their lead is relatively large, we have seen crazier things happen.
So Stavetsky will shoot two here as Canisius attempts to cut down this Fairfield lead. 23.5 ticks left. And Stavetsky, the first, is up and in. And 66-57 here. Fairfield leading Canisius, and the second free throw by Stavetsky is good. So TJ Long's going to come back in for Maido here. Fairfield leads by 8, 23.7 left. Looks like Fairfield's going to set up a football play here. All 5 players on the baseline.
Never seen this before.
Yeah, you see Brad Underwood running at Illinois a little bit. Wojcik on the hitch route, gets it in, and flings it over to Jalen Leach. And Gadsden wraps him up, and we're going to go down to the other end for more free throws. So 66-58, 17.9 left. Jalen Leach on the line for 2.
At this point, all is doing is stat padding. Got to make it free throws.
So you have to think if Canisius doesn't score down at the other end here, they will let it go, but each coach has their preferences.
You have to give it to Canisius, though, for really playing until the final whistle.
Fairfield took all 3 meetings from Canisius last year, including a meeting in the MAC tournament, which ended the Golden Griffins season as Leach's first free throw no good. So Fairfield might end up winning this one, but they're leaving a ton of points on the line.
Yeah, I know. In Fairfield, every game matters now. This was a great statement win, hoping to carry that momentum when they play Siena next on the 22nd.
So Leach makes the second one, and Fairfield leading by 9 here, 67-58 here as they roll it up. And Dinkins now is going to let it fly from downtown. That's no good off the back iron. Wojcik with the rebound. And Henderson is going to tie it up. That means it's going to be Canisius' ball here. So Canisius not quite done yet. 67-58 here. Exactly 9 seconds left. And Stavetsky will inbound it for the Golden Griffins here. Double screen action for Dinkins. Fadeaway 3 from the corner. No good. Leach with the rebound. Henderson knocks it out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Stags. We'll see if Coach Witherspoon tells him to get, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to call off the Dogs, and he's going to shake hands with Coach Young. So that'll be it. Fairfield 67, Canisius 58 here. Really solid win from the Stags.
Yeah, and Fairfield improves to 500 within the MAC on a nice 2-game win streak, letting it carry that momentum into their tough battle with Siena, and the Canisius Golden Griffins fall to 3-6.
So Fairfield winning this one. Jake Wojcik leading the way with 18 points. He certainly played it very well this season.
Yeah, Wojcik coming up that ceremony was feeding off the crowd, the energy, the momentum. Everything was seemingly going right for him. 4 for 6 from 3, 66%. And Coach will take that any day of the week.
So a quick turnaround for Fairfield in under 48 hours. They go to the MAC leading Siena Saints. We'll see you next time here on WVOF 88.5.